The Ethereum price pumped 10% in just 2 days, but I think there is so much more to come. And I'm going to show you a diagram which is showing us exactly what is about to unfold for the Ethereum and the Bitcoin prices. We were in, obviously, finding a bit of resistance around this level yesterday, managed to surge through. And notice what happened when we did finally break through it. We run up into this resistance zone up here between around 1260 and up towards $1,300. But things are looking very promising. I think we could well be seeing a surge way beyond that for the Ethereum price in the shorter term. So you're probably wondering, why has this been happening for Ethereum? Well, if we jump across to this CoinDesk news, guys, you can see Brazilian Chamber of Deputies approves a bill regulation for crypto transactions, basically legalizing crypto. Brazil has a very big economy and it is one of the world's fastest growing economies, which is really, really exciting when it comes to this particular news, as we're expecting crypto to start moving into all echelons of the world, and that ultimately is the dream. So looking at it on the shorter term, Ethereum, Bitcoin, these minor moves not really that significant when you see the massive bigger picture that is unfolding before us. Before we look at the shorter term price predictions for Ethereum, obviously we've seen Bitcoin pumping on that news, guys, but again, it was stuck in this resistance. We've had a break beyond. Now, guys, this is the Fibonacci retracement tool, and realistically, I think we're looking to head up towards this 1.618 here at around 18,125 from current prices. It's a push of like 8%, so you could well see Ethereum pushing another at least 10%. And this, guys, is the Wyckoff accumulation phase. Now, when crypto gets towards the bottom of markets, it goes through an accumulation phase, okay? So various different patterns, and this pattern can be seen over and over again when different pairs, different cryptos, different forex pairs, etc. go into a consolidation phase at the bottom. And you looking into this schematic up here, the Wyckoff schematic, you can see you have sort of the SC down here, and then sort of different phases of it as we get into the spring. So what we're looking at, phase C, the spring, which indicates this Bitcoin low around 15,589. Could this have been at the bottom of the market, and have we just entered into this SOS phase? Okay, that will see the price heading up to 19,600. Now, a lot of people are calling for lower lows for Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., and that could possibly happen. But I mentioned in the past the importance of paying attention to the news. When news has been super negative, like the FTX debacle, you know that we're kind of nearing the bottom, guys. That's the maximum pain shakeout getting into people's heads, and then you start to see a push in the other direction. I was telling you to accumulate at lower levels, and yes, we can still see lower levels, but we are still looking at a bigger picture. Bitcoin up towards 100k, Ethereum up towards 10k or even more. Obviously not financial advice, go away and do your own research, just talking about the potential for these massive cryptos. So guys, to see the Ethereum price in the shorter term, what it's most likely to do, we're going to obviously look at Bitcoin, guys, because Bitcoin is going to show us something very similar. We're going to show Ethereum afterwards, right? So what we've got, guys, after this very strong push towards the upside, we get a nice bit of a pullback in towards this zone. Okay, we've retested this zone. Notice how it falls inside with this previous high here, these previous highs, as well as this significant like 0.618 on the Fibonacci, right? So you can see that we're dropping into this zone and we're being bought up each time, guys. We have big push, pull back, push, and now getting pulled back. So I would anticipate in the shorter term that Bitcoin will be returning back towards these highs and then continuing further. This is obviously a bit of a cool-off period in terms of the time of day. You've got London opening now. You're going to move towards a New York Open. And once we get into New York Open, I'm anticipating a bigger push coming for Bitcoin. So let's jump back to Ethereum and see what is going on. Yes, on the Ethereum chart, on the 15 minutes, something very similar is unfolding. We get rid of this red box here. Then we can put on our next sort of box of interest. Now on this, we have to jump into the 5 minutes. It came up much quicker than the Bitcoin chart. Now, this particular pattern, obviously we got to be a bit cautious. Ideally, after a bigger push like this, guys, you want to see a bit more of a pullback in terms of whether or not we're going to day trade it. Now, you've obviously got chances to potentially day trade this, but we have just run into a resistance zone for the Ethereum price. If you're looking to see how it's been reacting, it has pushed out pretty strongly from this area. You could go for a sort of a small position long, dropping your stop loss under these kind of previous lows, and then, you know, shooting for a 2-to-1. You're gonna get at least a 1-to-1 back up here where you can move to break even and then go for a risk-free 2-to-1, maybe even higher. But you don't need to go over leveraging yourself. However, One great solution for that, which I've been using recently, is Fairdesk. There is a bonus available. So you can use that bonus up to $600 in order to use leverage trading on the Ethereum and Bitcoin price. Once you then make profit, you can pull out your profit for basically zero risk by just using the bonus to trade with. This is an absolute no-brainer. You can do other things like copy trading, where you can copy traders like myself without actually having to do anything. You just click a couple of buttons and it will automatically trade for you against people trading through Fairdesk. Fairdesk is one of the biggest exchanges with loads of different options, from futures trading, copy trading, spot trading, crypto, all extremely low fees with great promotions. Go through the link down below in the description, guys, and you can get on board to unlock massive bonuses through Fairdesk. And there is also like various competitions on for the World Cup, etc. Let's dive back into the Ethereum chart then, guys. I want to dive out then to a daily chart, because daily chart is very, very significant, right? What we're seeing here is interesting, because this was previous support, very significant support. We sort of sat in this area from pretty much 19th of September all the way till 27th of October, big push out, and then obviously FTX happened. But right now we're testing previous support as resistance. So what we really want to see Ethereum being able to do is pushing out towards this area. Now I think we're going to be able to push up towards here, which would be 13.39. From current price, that's then a push of around 6%. Now what we would see then happen potentially is a return back into this zone. And if we could turn this previous line of resistance into support, then I think we're going to push up towards this level for a retest of this upper zone. Now that then is an 18% push. However, this is very significant, right? Because that is obviously the upper end of this particular pattern here. Now, if you were to take a longer look at this pattern, you would potentially anticipate that it's going to come back down into this area before pushing out. But that's fine, guys, because potentially if we do get up to this area in the shorter term, it's going to bring a bit more interest in the market. And obviously lots of things are changing with crypto right now. So in the shorter term, I'm anticipating a push for the Ethereum price up to around $1,350. And then we'll have to see what happens as it goes. Obviously, a lot depends on the big news releases that are happening over the next few weeks for the US. Jumping into the DXY, then we can see other significant things have happened as well, right? Because we had this big push out, drop down through, and then we found support into this green box. And we are still maintaining that support, guys. US dollar is seemingly still quite strong. I do anticipate that we're going to see some form of accumulation here, which might mean a bit slow for crypto, and potentially this is a bear flag and we're going to see a further push down towards these levels. If we are seeing the US dollar dropping a further like 4 or 5%, that's going to signal a push for the Bitcoin price, probably up to around $30,000 or more, with Ethereum then rising probably towards the $2,000, potentially $2,200. Big news happening in crypto right now. Things are getting a bit more exciting, but do not go and risk more money than you can afford to lose. If you're trying to make a quick buck before Christmas or something like that, there's probably better ways to do it, guys, because you never know what's around the corner with crypto news, etc. The best bet you've got, if you don't really know what you're doing with day trading, is to get in and dollar cost average with a plan to buy and hold crypto over the next couple of years. It's not financial advice, just anticipating that Bitcoin, Ethereum are going to be worth significantly more than they are right now in a couple of years' time, but you never know in a month's time whether they're going to be worth more or potentially a little bit less. I'm going to risk the kids' Christmas presents on trying to buy crypto, guys, because you can have a very sad family. So pay attention to the news as it happens, looking for the pushes. Every time we're getting a retrace, you've got opportunity to load up. And if you want to learn more about day trading and make the most of those Fairdesk bonuses, then get into my free Telegram, guys. It's a link down below in the description, and I will be sharing daily content updates in there as it happens. Hope you enjoyed that video, guys. If you did, smash the thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Thanks very much for doing that. And if you're new to the channel, you want to learn more about Ethereum, Bitcoin, and crypto in general, make sure you subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.